Hello, welcome to the live stream, ladies and gents. We've got phenomenal timing on this live stream. Let's
Is that ETH?
This is Bitcoin, mate. This is Bitcoin just breaking above 20k. What's up? Let's see what's going on, guys. Welcome to the live stream. Smash up the likes as you're coming in here. Let me get a quick audio video check. There's no point in me continuing with this unless unless I know that we are all good to go. Let's go. We pumping. Let's say we started pumping like 20 seconds before this live stream began. That is a sign. We're having a good stream today, ladies and gents. Is this it? Bitcoin, is this it? Shout out to Max. We got MDX Crypto right here.
Pumps.
We did a live stream on his channel last night. Today we're doing a live stream on this channel. So if you're excited for that, if you like me, if you like Max, if you don't like either of us, smash up the fucking likes.
Yeah, bro.
You already know
Even if you don't like us, just like this shizzle.
Like
okay?
this shizzle. Like this shizzle. Max had a ridiculously high engagement rate yesterday, and I'm jealous. So let's pump our shit up today. Let me show off to Max a little bit.
We've got fucking t-shirt. We've got cigars coming in a minute.
Yep.
We've got some beers. We're gonna have a good stream.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yes, sir.
And look at that. So we've got 20. We've broken through 20 resistance, which is good.
And that's literally like fucking just a few minutes ago, coming back down potentially for a back test. So one of the things I was mentioning that I want to see is if we do start managing to break up. And by the way, guys, I'm going to open this up to Max and your questions later on in this stream. For now, I'm just going to do my thing. Let me just make sure.
I'll tweet this out as well.
Go for it, mate. Just outline these levels. Let's go out onto the 1 hour time frame.
Resistance from the internet.
Yeah, we got resistance from again. So I'm seeing a little bit of resistance right here. This is 20.4. We basically just kind of tapped that right now. Call it cluster of resistance that...
Dude, not good.
No, what?
Is this the right thing?
I think you know EU plugs, right? No.
Your charger's here. You got one of the old laptops, yeah. Yours is so short, bro.
Just use that one. Alright, we're back. Here we go. Sorry for the technical issues, guys.
Is it the same stream?
Yes, it should be. I'm not restarting the stream.
You stopped streaming, didn't you?
Nope. Well, I did on OBS, but not on YouTube.
So it should just be the same one.
I'm just going to blast out on Telegram that the technical issues are resolved. Sorry about that, guys.
What is that?
Let me know in the comments once again, please, if everything is fine, if we're good to continue.
It's going to be a long one anyway, so...
Yeah, this is going to be a long one. We got a lot to talk about in this live stream. Guys, smash up the likes. Sorry for those issues. We're back. We're not going anywhere now. That was actually a mistake that I made on my side, which has now been resolved. So that's perfect. Thank you very much. Just slap this bad boy on charge.
That's the technical problems of 𝗧𝗘𝗏. They're living in the past. Let me get a beer.
There's always technical problems out here, aren't they? Anywhere, actually. I just tend to have technical problems. It's my luck. Oh, we've dipped below 20k already. We just lost 20k, mate. That was quick. Alright, seems okay now. Perfect. Guys, shout out to those of you tuning in. Thank you all so much. This is going to be a long one. We got at least an hour.
It was good that we didn't lose the stream. It's the same one.
We got at least an hour, potentially two. So get comfortable. Let's take a look at this. We're zooming in now. This is a back test.
Just retesting 20, right?
Yeah, we shot up, and within 10 minutes, we're right back down. Bouncing up a little bit. So that's going to be interesting to watch. Thought my internet went down. Now you're all good, mate. We're here. We're here. So yeah, if we do manage to get a bounce off this level now, I mean, this is only like 15 minutes of price action, really, so I don't want to be trying to draw conclusions off this yet, but if we do manage to get a bounce right here, I think that's going to be great news for Bitcoin to be able to charge higher towards that $22,000 level. And once again, you guys have heard me saying that if we are able to pierce through this area of resistance, well, I would expect that it's going to be very easy for Bitcoin to rise up to the next one at 27,000. The reason for me saying that is obviously on the way down, we didn't have support. The first time we went up, on the way up, we didn't have resistance. And so naturally, I would expect that we're not going to have resistance again, because, you know, we generally do have areas of what I just call low liquidity. I mean, there's just not much trading that takes place in these gaps in the market because we haven't traded there before, and so they're not psychologically significant, they're not technically significant, so people just don't really trade when the price is there, and because of that, it can very quickly zip up and down. It can be very painful, obviously for traders in the space. We got Max here in the chat.
Yeah.
Let me make you a moderator so everyone knows it's you.
Yeah, perfect.
It's the legend. The legende in the house. In the house.
Yeah, legendes. What's going on? Oh my god, it's the legend. Steph,
Yes,
you're
sir.
a legend. Hit that like button for Sammy because technical problems,
Shop those likes,
it's
guys.
unfair, it's not. It actually should be illegal actually on YouTube. So to get rid of this illegality, we need to hit that like button so the stream gets pumped up.
Yes,
because
you know
the algorithm doesn't like that shit.
No, not at all. We got a good price action day. We're gonna get this above 1,000 viewers, but I need your guys' help. So do me a favor, do smash up those likes. Let me stop going through that now. We're going to go through a lot of TA today. We're going to look at the altcoin market. We're going to look at the market cap dominance, all this stuff. We're going to look at your questions. You already know the deal. But for now, Max, what is your reading on this? What are you thinking?
So right now, okay, let's have a look. So I think on our last stream yesterday, we were saying that if we get some sort of move to around here, this was the inflection point, the last micro high. You can see the dump. If we can get down, higher low. Let me draw. I'm not going to be perfect here. But we've got this nice little higher low, right? Oh, got arrows going. Move up. So there is probably actually some sort of short you could have played here on 20k. That's what we said because that's an actual trade, and you can see we did get a move back down off 20,000. This is 19,600 to 20,000. This is logically massive resistance at 2017. So what is resistance will turn to support. What is support turn to resistance. So we did get a move off that now. So I'd say the next trade really is up. If we can find support on 20, there's a long trade. We did get through it here. Obviously, this is a scalping strategy. And then we have this horrible little area here, all the way through here. I can't draw straight ledges. Too many Heinies, boys. Heineken's flowing. But then I would say, just to kind of, I haven't got a mouse or anything. I just won't draw, okay? I'll just
I can draw for you.
Okay, yeah. I'd say that you've got a nice little resistance zone here. I'd say it's probably a little bit more... less buffered than this. I'll just say that this area here is probably going to be the next area.
You'd probably draw the box like up to here.
Yeah. That's what I'd probably say.
Okay, yep.
And I'd say if we come up to there, that's resistance. Back down. Then if we really want to hold 20k, we get a high low above it. And then you could say potentially maybe we get a move up to 28. I think 28 is the highest we go because you might have it drawn on perfectly as well. 28k would be for me. You've got 20, 42, 37, 28,000. Where are we?
28's right here.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Oh no, that's 30. I don't have 28 on this chart,
it's about right. It's about right.
28,
Between 28 and 30, we're talking about a couple thousand. Between 28 and 30, I would say it's very difficult for us to get above that without resistance.
Yeah, this is obviously going to be very hard to beat.
Yeah.
I mean that is basically the strongest area of resistance that Bitcoin has on the chart right now.
Well, we bounced off it a million times and then we broke it. So what you're going to see is order books there. There's orders right there.
Not only did we, it lasted a long time, and each time, I mean, we're talking about like 30 days here, 2 months here, another 30 days right here, and it stood the test of time. It's also been valid for 500 days. Fuck me, that's a long-term support level.
And we broke it.
Yeah, so don't expect this to be anything super fancy. Something that we're able to quickly break. I mean, it could happen. Last time Bitcoin just fucking blew straight through 6k, only had a very, very small rejection, but barely anything, and it continued on its way up, right? So it can definitely pull that out of the bag here. It is Bitcoin at the end of the day, but
consistently surprises.
Yep.
I'd just say, like, if you look at it long term, medium term, short term, I say long term, this is where you buy. Like, I don't give a fuck. You buy at this area. Even if it goes to 14, 10k, if you're just buying all the way down there, long term, that's a great time. Because we've very rarely actually broken the previous all-time high for a bull to bear cycle.
Yeah, so that's actually something I want to talk about. Because I don't think I've spoken about this on this channel. But, yeah, as far as I know, Bitcoin has never broken a previous all-time high. And I want to show this to you on this chart. I've just painted with these green lines right here, peaks that the market has seen. And I don't want to label these as bull markets because they're quite small, but
it's still relevant data, though.
It is, and I don't have anything else to work off. So this is all just good to prove a point. We set an all-time high right here at 49 cents in November of 2010. Those were the very, very early days for Bitcoin, and then another at $1. But when we topped out at $1. We didn't actually fall down that low. We didn't come back down to retest the previous all-time high. We didn't even come close, actually, and we certainly didn't pierce it. The next time, we managed to rally from $1 as an all-time high to 30, and to be fair, I know this doesn't look like a lot of price action, but this was still 70 days until we passed that all-time high, so it was some sort of pullback. Over here, we still did not even come close to that previous all-time high, let alone piercing it. On this occasion here, we set an all-time high at $30. Next time, we, again, didn't come close. This is the exception. This is the exception that we're that we saw.
But I think we spoke about this.
Yes, we'll get to that in
It's
just
debatable, you know.
just a second. We'll get to that. Don't want to jump ahead here.
You should
We've
have
got
this one here as well. Put a line across that one.
Yeah, I'll do that one once we get there. This at $250 as another all-time high. This one lasted about 210 days, so that's about 7 months until we managed to break it. And this one we did actually slip below. When we slipped below it right here, we stayed below it for the best part of a year, really, about 300 days. And we also dipped quite far below it. We dipped a further 40. Move on. If that's what we're looking at now, dipping from 20k down by 40% puts us at about $12,000. And that is one of the best areas of support that Bitcoin has on this chart right now, as far as I'm concerned. We'll get back to this in just a second, but that is an important level to keep an eye on. Yeah, let's drop this line right here.
And then drop 20 as well.
Yeah.
That top 20.
And actually, just so that we don't get confused, I'm going to change the color of this line to yellow, just so we know this is a different bit of data. Yeah, so we set this all-time high at $1,000. You guys know the story. We didn't come anywhere fucking near retesting this. So yeah, I mean, on this chart, with all the data that I have, which goes back to 2010, we have penetrated the all-time high for the first time. I don't know how the data looks for before this, but I don't really care. The market was completely immature and small compared to where it is now. I'm more interested in recent data, and all of the recent data says that we are in an exceptionally strong sell-off right now.
Historically, this is maybe 3 months sideways or 6 months, and then great time to buy.
Yeah, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. It would really seal that depression. I look at this weekly chart, and you know, we had this one pathetic bearish hammer, positive candle right here, but that was basically it. And we're now continuing to slide lower, you know. So yeah, I am on board with the ideas.
Those red candles, baby.
They're huge. They're huge. They're continuous. They're non-stop. To me, this means that we have to do something to correct up, whether it goes aggressively like this or not so aggressively at all. I have to expect that we have some sort of pullback. But anyway, I just want to stick to these targets for now.
Talk about that, the idea of the cyclical bear trend within a more broader bull market in 2012.
Yeah, that would be quite exciting. I'll just get to that in a sec. Just for now, this 40% drop, if we do end up pulling the same thing, that puts us at the $12,000 level. If we look at resistance, we did obviously peak at 14k right here. So on my other chart, I do have a box drawn that looks something a little bit like this, pretty much stretching between $14,000 and $12,000. This is quite a nice range for Bitcoin to fall into, to be honest. And unfortunately, it's about the best we've got if we are truly going to collapse below $20,000. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you do look at this chart again on the weekly time frame, the only trading we've ever really had between $14,000 and $12,000 happened right here for a handful of weeks and right here for a handful of weeks. So and it was just a straight line up, and this was a straight line down followed by a straight line up followed by a straight line down. We're not trading sideways in this range. We're not forming patterns. We're not doing anything that establishes any real price history. We're just blowing straight through the level, and naturally you're gonna have to expect. I'm sorry?
Blozzer blowing.
What does that mean?
It means blozzer blowing through it, dude.
We're blozzer blowing through it.
You know what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm saying.
I don't. Maybe I should. How to super chat? There's no super chat function, unfortunately. Guys, smash up the likes for Max on stream right here. Thank you all for tuning in.
One of my common quotes is "desecration is key," so desecrate the like button because me and Sammy are in here doing our things, man.
We're doing it. You got two of the best crypto YouTubers out here, self-proclaimed.
Also, ask a question, guys. Like, how are you doing in the chat? Like, what is your positions? And have you got positions open right now? Are you long? Are you short? Like, what are you thinking? Like, kind of stuff. Like, tell us in the chat. So I'll read them here.
Perfect.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Cool. Someone's saying 7k and lower. Yeah, so 12k, very, very nice area. I'm not sure if there's any other real support that lines up with this range. We have obviously lost our 200-week moving average, so obviously that's been quite upsetting for some people. We've also now we're about to get the close. We're about to get the close below that 200 weekly moving average. I don't think that we're going to be able to recover above $22,600 today. We are pushing for it, so to be fair, I mean, well, we're back below 20k. But I mean, it's going to take quite a lot of strength for Bitcoin to close above, and that is going to mean That, as far as I know, according to this chart, it'll be our first weekly close substantially below the 200-week moving average. Yeah, we have had wicks. We've even had the coronavirus market crash of 2020. But I'm not counting this close. This is negligible. This is barely anything below the support level. This is substantially
We haven't
below.
got long left.
Yeah, if we close at about 19.9, which is where we are now, we're 10% below. That is not a fake out as far as I'm concerned. Could it be a fake out and we still recover back up? Absolutely.
We could get a green dildo tonight, but the
could.
time is ticking.
We could. It would be interesting if we did. But I'm not going to be taking bets that we're looking at something like that. Max, you were mentioning that cyclical theory. So let me break this down for you guys. We had this situation here where we set a sort of mini all-time high that lasted 7 months, and then we ended up rising back above that all-time high. We actually went substantially higher from 250 to 1.1.
1,200, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a nice 4 or 5x gain there. But from there we ended up falling back below. Now the idea here is that we could be in something similar to this, where we're in. This was it wasn't actually what we're in right now is far more intense because this was only 90 days down, 84 days down. And then we broke that all-time high in seven months. But obviously, the market was a lot smaller. It moved a lot faster back then. Yeah.
Just say one thing. I think the point was like this would be the all-time high here.
Right.
So that way. So what we were saying before, Bitcoin's never gone below its previous all-time high. If you take that as its previous all-time high and that as a bear cycle within this bull market,
Yep.
You can see that we never went below it.
So you've got basically this is
That's
the bull run.
market, yeah.
This is the bull run, and
that's
this
just
is
the cyclical bear movement within the longer, broader bull market. And you can see when we actually consolidated down at $200 again, that was nowhere near where we were before. So
no, not at all.
if you want to use that as an idea, like we're doing something slightly different. We've never gone below the previous all-time high, but this is the point. I'm saying that we might go below 20k, but this might just be the bearish cyclical movement within a longer, broader bull market. So we can go below the previous all-time high of 20, because it means that this could just be the cyclical bear trend, and then we won't be looking at it as the all-time high. The all-time high will be much higher. So this will be retesting the cyclical top. This retested the cyclical top. This could be, so 69k is here. We could just be retesting the cyclical top. That could have been 20. And then boosh, we go to the next fucking level.
Okay, so what that would look like, this is some nice hopium. I already know some of you guys are getting the lotion out.
It's an idea. Because I look at Elliott Wave, right? So the Elliott Wave is saying that potentially we could be on the 4th wave and the 5th one coming. And SBX is kind of like we're on the edge here.
So which bull cycle? What does the bull cycle look like right now? Can you draw it?
Yeah, so I can't draw because it's on my laptop.
Okay.
But I would say that just to give you an idea.
If you do it with your finger, I'll draw it.
we need a tablet, bro. So this is the all-time high here.
Right.
This is the next all-time high here.
Yep.
Right.
So this is one bull market right here.
Yeah,
this is what Max is saying potentially.
Then we can have this is another bull market here.
Right. I'm with you there.
Bada bing, bada boom. And then we can say if this now goes all the way up to here, that would be the next bull market. And we just would have retested this move here instead of it being we're breaking the all-time high. So do another thing like that.
So let me just let me do something very cool here. Grab the ghost feed tool, although I always forget where it is. The bars pattern tool even. Basically we could end up pulling something a bit like this.
Yeah.
This could actually just extend.
This is
further.
basically. I'll tell you right now. This is not my most probable scenario. I actually think that Bitcoin is going to go into a 3 to 6 month sideways, choppy consolidation. For longer than people think. Okay, I think I got 3 to 6 months sideways, but this could be the next step if the Elliott Wave is 1, 2. So
right, let me draw this Elliott Wave.
Yeah, go for it.
Just so viewers see it as well. Where is the Elliott Wave tool? I never use it, by the way. It's right here, isn't it?
Well, Elliott Wave tool's like.
Where does it start? Where's 1?
So the first wave on this bull market, I would say here's the low. Yeah. There's 1. Here's 2, 3, and then 4. And then 5 would probably be a measured move up to around, I'd say 120,000. I think not 530.
This is
that would be way higher. But this is not like perfect in numbers. But I'd say that if this is the wave count we're looking at, this could just be a cyclical bear movement similar to there within the broader bull market. Okay.
So Max is saying that this could be a cyclical bear movement similar
exactly
to this.
Like that. Yeah,
that's the comparison we're drawing here. Smash up the likes for that hopium, ladies and gents. We got 200. How many likes?
Like the thing is about hopium, right? It's like it's not. You don't look at this as something like you trade on.
No,
on the basis. It's just an idea.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is the most probable outcome. I think actually we're going to go into something with like, I'll just draw it quickly here. I don't know what I'm doing on your laptop, but here. So I think we're going to go through something like this. I think we've got that coming. I think we've also got probably around this here coming. And I think actually we get something like that for a fair few months, because I don't see the market going up yet if we've got more longs in the market. I want to see... okay, there's two ways the market can flush out these longs. It'll either go sideways for a long, long time, and people just get bored as shit in the trade. So they just start saying, I'm over, I can't do this anymore. And then the market starts getting more neutral.
Getting raped by the bugs now, it's coming.
Yeah, they're coming in. That's what I think the sideways can happen. And that's one scenario. Or we see another capitulation down to 12, everyone gets scared, and then we V-bottom out of it. But I would say, this isn't, obviously the time frame's not correct, but I would say that, yes, that looks kind of, yeah, you know, something like this. That wick down is probably not correct, but like, you know, it's not, I don't trade fractals. Well, I think we got something like this before we continue.
Yeah, just to be clear, ladies and gents, I'm absolutely not saying that we're going to follow a pattern like this. I'm just putting, I'm just trying to expand what you can visualize.
I just heard a massive one.
Fuck's sakes.
Fuck, dude. No, man. We got. Yo, we didn't just get liquidated by Bybit. We got liquidated by bugs last night.
We're getting licked. We're getting licked, lads.
On every level.
Yeah, no, this is... See, our job as traders are simply to be able to visualize what the market might look like in the future, assign probabilities to it, and then potentially move our money in that direction as well.
All of this shit is actually kind of irrelevant. This is sexy. This is what people want. They want to hear, where do you think the market's going to go next? Like... Actually, that's not the goal as a trader. There's two different things. Being a chart analyst is one thing, being a trader is another. Like, trading is just about putting the probability in your court, not having any idea where the market's going to go, but just buying resistance, selling support, having some sort of good SR strategy, good risk management, and just doing that over and over and over and over again until you can have some sort of fucking edge. That's what trading is. Trading's not fun. But the stuff people want to hear is, like, they send me messages like, comments like, but what do you think the market's going to do in the next 6 months? What are we going to do in the next year? Are we going up or down? If you refresh this as well, it will show the So this is mdxalgo.com. So this is
Max's website.
Yeah, this is my website for looking at the market to give you just a snapshot. We have the order books as well, and then we have the indicators and stuff. Wait, this has changed. This is 5 minutes.
This is 5 minutes. Yeah.
So yeah, you know, we can see, you know, it's getting better. You know, it's getting better. As soon as we see more shorts on Binance, I will bet my bottom dollar within an hour. I would literally bet my dollar, and in an hour it will probably go the other way. The dealers right now are shorting, so the CME dealers are shorting still. We're getting a support. I just said at the beginning of the stream, support on 20. We're going to get a little bit off that. Here we go. But I would say that all that stuff, like looking into the future, is actually irrelevant as a trader. But it is good to practice this every time, because then you can kind of put all of the, you know, the variants or all of the scenarios in your head. But it's two different things.
So let's get to that theory later on. I just want to keep firing off analysis because I know everyone wants to get to that very quickly. Let's take a look at some of the other markets. Ethereum's fucking blown up compared to Bitcoin just here. Ethereum against Bitcoin actually on this chart has just continued to fly up from 0.053 to 0.055. That's a small increase, but that's 4% in 4 hours, so that's quite a lot to be gaining against Bitcoin. And actually, let's take a look at where it might find a little bit of resistance. Quite far away, actually. It's got a long way to go. That's not to say that it's actually going to stretch those legs further. We could just be bear flagging or whatever. I'm not going to be too optimistic about this. The market is still overall quite weak. There's no question about that. So I'm not willing to act like we're going to be, you know, piercing all our resistance levels and shooting up.
Someone just commented saying, buying resistance, selling support. I've had a few beers. What you want to do is you want to sell into resistance and buy support, okay?
Yep.
So let me make that very clear. The Heinekens are going through us, right? And we had no sleep. So, yeah, that SR strategy is one of my main trading strategies. You know, what you want to do is we want to buy resistance and sell support, basically.
One thing I've noticed is Bitcoin has actually managed to... You all right?
I'm great, bro. I'm just chatting bullshit.
Bitcoin's actually managed to pierce 20k pretty quickly. You know, we set our low just yesterday, and it's 22 hours later. I mean, the fact that we didn't get a stronger rejection is a very, very good sign, in my opinion. You know, the bears just haven't stepped in yet. They might not. They might. I don't know what the future holds, but obviously... I'm a manipulator of the market, according to Pascal. That's a fucking hell of a compliment. I wish I could. I fucking wish I could, mate.
We are the whales. We're the market movers. We're not market makers, we're market movers. We get paid to move this shit.
That'd be perfect. I probably wouldn't do YouTube if I was a market mover.
At the end of the day, everyone is a market mover on their own.
To some extent, yeah.
you know, there's no collusion really in terms of market makers and market movers. They're all fighting each other as well. There are people who have an incentive to push the market in an either or direction, to allow market orders to be paid in exchanges. We know this. Market orders mean revenue for exchanges because people have to pay fees. Exactly. They don't, you know, exchanges don't want liquidations. But all of that shit is unquantifiable in any analysis for a trader. So just stick to the charts and just trade what you fucking see.
Yeah, so piercing this resistance fairly quickly, I think, was a great sign. I also like seeing the higher lows. The bulls are definitely painting some signs of strength right here on this chart. It does make me somewhat optimistic about where we might rise to. Let's actually take a look at where some of the resistance levels are that I like to look at. You guys know me. I like the Ichimoku clouds. I do find them to be quite useful. It's far away. There's a lot of room to go on this, what I would consider to be a mid-term time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, we are right up in it. We are right up in it. This is the first time we've tested this resistance now for about 10 days. You would know that if you watched my video earlier today, so make sure you are hitting up those likes, that you are subscribed. Let's smash them up, guys. We're doing a good live stream so far. Thank you all for tuning in. We did have a few technical issues right at the beginning, but you guys were here with me. I'm right back with you. Thank you all for tuning in once more. Let's absolutely pump those fucking likes up. Let's get this up to 1,000 likes. You already know where we're heading. This red Ichimoku cloud potentially going to pose a little bit of a problem to Bitcoin. But what I'm more worried about, because that Ichimoku cloud is pretty thin. This is a 1 hour cloud. It's thin. We're flipping, you know, bullish on the 1 hour time frame in quite a few ways. You know, higher lows, higher highs. We're piercing resistance. We're doing good things on this time frame. 4 hour, we've got a little bit of momentum though, and this is where I think we could be encountering a few problems. This indicator is absolutely great at showing us where we might have a little bit of a resistance zone, and right now that stretches between basically our current price at $20,000 up to about 22.6. So this is quite a resistance range, you know, which Bitcoin could potentially have a little bit of a problem with if it continues to travel higher up in there. This is something I'm going to be watching. It definitely could pose a problem. It's a lot of conflicting signs, because according to these kind of indicators, Bitcoin should be having a very rough time right now. But again, if we zoom in just a little bit further, we've been showing a lot of strength. So all of what this is about, really, ladies and gents, is about being able to determine for how long we might be bullish just for the short term versus for how long, versus when the market might come back to its longer term bias. You know, right now our longer term bias is down, but our shorter term bias is up. So at what point does that end, if at all? You know, is this a real market reversal and now we rally up to new all-time highs? Maybe, probably not. But if it, if it's something where we're going to rise up, potentially capture a bit of resistance, then yeah, it would be good to know about that pattern I've just spotted right here, potentially looking a little bit like this. This nice little rising wedge here. This is quite a classic bearish pattern. So we're painting all sorts of things on this chart right now. I know you wanted to say something.
I can't remember.
Fair enough.
I need to get. Someone said in the chat, did he go get a beer? I didn't go get a beer. I went for a pee to release the beer I already drank. And now you said it, I'm gonna go get you, Sammy, a beer.
Mate, I've got my beer. I've got my beer. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm gonna grab a beer. I'm gonna be back.
Right. Shout out to Gabriel. Just found the YouTube channel.
Also, legends. We've got some absolutely beautiful cigars to smoke in a second. Beautiful.
Are we smoking these today, ladies and gents? Drop it in the comments.
Yeah, I'm going to have a cigar in a minute. You know, these are 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 I'll actually show them the selection for this stream.
Yeah, let's
So
do it.
we have some big daddy ones, some big dick daddy ones, Davidoffs. So this is a smooth, delicious cigar. There's the camera. I'm looking at that, but I should be looking up here. Smooth and delicious, my friend.
Yeah, that's in frame.
Let me have more
this
of like
this is huge. This is
so
my
much.
hand for scale. Like this is fucking massive.
And then we have the bullet, but this is more of a classic, more strong kind of like slower one. So this one will be the best, but we'll get into them in a second. Because you got to have a cigar every now and again and chill out in Saint-Tropez, people. Fucking here we literally. But
when do you think the next bull market will start?
So this is what I'm saying. Everyone wants to hear the long-term narrative. They don't want to trade the market. They want to hear the long-term narrative. Like, you give them yours and I'll give.
I don't actually like questions like that because it's not something you're going to be able to time, right? I mean, like, first of all, like I don't fucking know. Max certainly doesn't, although he has his potential ideas. Yeah, like nobody actually knows what's what we would be looking at in terms of when, you know, the next bull cycle starts. But what I'm pretty confident about is that we're going to get it wrong. And so I don't like to speculate on things like this. You know, for me, it's all about staying prepared, staying ready. You know, keeping my skills sharp for when the market does start going bullish. You know, obviously, we're gonna have to flush out a lot of people. You know, generally, when something as disastrous as this happens, we do enter long, boring, shitty trading ranges. Generally, not always. The coronavirus crash was about as strong as this. Actually, it was 10k down to 3. So
we'll look at RSI on the monthly. You know.
Well, yeah,
we're down to these levels.
Let's
if
take
you
a look
at
at
momentum, like this, here's the thing, right? Things can stay overbought and things can stay oversold for longer than most people can handle, right? But there is one thing you have to take into account, and you have to backtest the monthly RSI. And if you do look at it, anytime you get to these kind of levels, you know, you're getting close to the market reversing. It doesn't mean it has to happen today, tomorrow, the next day. It's a monthly this is the monthly scale. You just know you're close.
Oh, that's actually penetrated,
if you designate your strategy to long-term, medium-term, or short-term, you say long-term you're a buyer, because long-term is monthly scale over a year. Medium-term, what are you looking at? 1 month to 6 months. That's a swing trade, right? Monthly fucking scale. And then short-term is scalp. You know, you're trying to pull money out every day, every hour, every minute, maybe every week. I would say that's still not a swing, depending on the market. I would say Bitcoin, the levels go down. But that's what we've got to designate this too. Long term, you're a buyer right now. Medium term, you're playing swing. Maybe like scaling into a low leverage long at these levels. I'm not looking to sell. And then short term, maybe low. I think short term's lower, so there could be another short.
I just find it so hard to like see that we've been so low with the RSI multiple times on the monthly time frame, and this is the lowest that we've got.
It's the lowest ever.
The lowest ever.
And that's because of LUNA. That's because of crazy market sentiment within traditional markets, and also you got to remember that the world thinks the next recession is coming, but they correlate the economy to the stock market. So the fear is really growing, and I think that everyone's going to get super fearful. The most fear is at the bottom, the most greed is at the top. So we're getting very close. I'm not prepared to time it to the day. I'm prepared to time it on a longer term time frame. But that's the only way, scaling in and scaling out, you're going to mitigate your risk. We have food, bro.
Let's go.
We have cigars and food.
Custom.
Thank you very much, bro.
No worries, G.
So someone said this is the kind of stream we need during a bear market. Yeah, mate, we're just chilling. I do want to blast through the analysis so we can get to the actual conversation part.
Carry on, bro.
Because it's
gonna get better and better this stream.
100%. These things, this age is like wine, but 100 times faster. It's just gonna keep getting better.
What is that?
Oh, this is the chicken and rice, isn't it?
Yeah, it says the chicken.
Shout out to Suit, bro, come in the frame real quick. I wanna give you a few seconds of fame right here. Suit, this guy.
All right.
This guy I met when I was 13 online.
Oh, I can fucking see myself.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, no,
That's you.
no, it's,
No, but they were asking who you are.
Oh, just hit the motherfuckers cutting about in the back.
But yeah, he runs a social media company. He's really cool. You'll see him all over my Instagram. Check it out with the link in the description.
I also come bearing fried rice.
And do you have a cigar cutter?
We do.
We do have a cigar cutter.
Okay, so
this out.
I'm not going to.
It's about chicken, fucking rice, and
all right,
cigars.
let's get back to the analysis. Let's actually stay on topic for a few fucking
Come on,
minutes,
Sammy,
uninterrupted.
He might be young,
Uninterrupted.
but he's got the mind of a 40-year-old.
I do
He
try.
loves it.
I gotta be professional for you guys. You guys are here. You trust me. Let's get into these alts. Let's see what's up. I know everyone's talking about
I'm
Solana.
taking the big boy. Oh, it's the orange one, my favorite. The Bitcoin cigar cutter. It's orange for a reason, people.
Where's the beers?
Okay, so Solana's actually bouncing up quite a bit from its low to its current price. Yeah, it's up by 27%. That's pretty cool to see. And it looks like it could actually be bear flagging right now if we look at this on the 4-hour time frame. There is a pattern of yeah, we're actually not bear flagging. This looks more like an ascending triangle to me. So if we do start to capture a little bit of resistance here, I'm going to be looking at potentially a move up like that.
20 resistance. You're on
This is Solana.
Solana.
Yeah. So if this does end up breaking up, I don't think there's like a crazy amount of resistance as we get closer to that $45 level. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we actually ended up shooting up there. I'm interested in seeing how it's interacting with Bitcoin, because obviously at a time like this, you know, you want to be in the safer markets. You want to be in the markets that you know are not going to be falling as much. You obviously I would imagine are going to start seeing people, you know, going into things like gold or just into the fucking dollar. That's basically what's going on because people don't want to be in assets right now. You know, so you generally want to be leaning towards the safer things, and that's why the main thing I'm looking at is how these coins are interacting with Bitcoin. If they're not making you more Bitcoin, they're failing you because Bitcoin's fucking losing as well. So you need to be up against the dollar. You want to ideally be up against Bitcoin too. So that's why I'm looking at these altcoins. And Solana's just blasting off against Bitcoin, really. It's just, yeah, that's a 50% move in basically no time. Let's actually check this out. From this low on the 13th of June, 6 days later, we're up by 60%. That's a big, big increase for Solana there, and it is at some local resistance, but it's actually not a big deal. You know, if Solana's able to get past this, which shouldn't actually be too difficult, then we might rise up. And this is actually, I think, part of the problem, Max. Let me know what you think, because I'm seeing a lot of speculation in the altcoin market, mate. Like, this is a very common... I don't even need to show you these charts. Let's just look at dominance. Dominance is dropping. Like, dominance was at 47%. I think, like, before the dump happened...
Dominance?
Yeah,
Bitcoin
Bitcoin
we're
dominance.
A pop in dominance. It's coming down a little bit now.
Yeah.
It's come down a little bit today.
So this was the 12th of June. We were at 47.7, and we're now back to where we were, I mean, a whole, you know, more than a month ago. We're basically back down to those levels now, and to me this just means people are like really happy to speculate in risky markets like right now. Like I don't know
some
where
alts have gone down 85-90%.
Right.
So like, you know, it's an asymmetric trade again. So it's already been to this crazy price, whatever the altcoin is, and then you're buying it 90% fucking cheaper. It can go down another 90%, by the way, but it's like you're not putting as much risk in because you're getting so many more coins. So like, I can see that happening. Because that's what Bitcoin always does. You know, Bitcoin always pumps, and then altcoins come later. And then when Bitcoin dumps, altcoins go first, and then the money it sloshes from alts to Bitcoin like that.
Yeah. If you're just paying attention to stuff like this, ladies and gents, like it's not actually the most...
the ladies and gents. It's just so professional, bro.
Yeah, I'm being a gentleman out here. I'm trying.
I'm just like fucking LeJohn. Let's go, legends.
I'm gonna start using a little bit more of your slang though. I do like it. But yeah, I think that you know, it shouldn't be the most difficult thing in the world for these things to just moon up just a little bit. They're not actually just bear with. They're not actually mooning. You're distracting me, man. Putting that phone right in my face.
Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you're a female. That's what I'm asking. That's what I want to know. And I'm gonna rate you. Just 1 in the chat if you're a female. That's what I've got. I'll let you go. I'll let you.
Fuck it out. Yeah, I mean, look, there's it's not actually like a lot of money moving into these markets when these coins start moving. You know, I think there's a large percentage of just hodlers that aren't doing anything, and so just a little bit of buying action can shoot these things up. But the flip side to this is that as soon as some real selling pressure comes back in the market, the liquidity was never there in the first place. So it's just gonna crash right through the order books, and that's where we start to see these big dumps. That's actually my main concern with Bitcoin right now. If we look at the volume right here. We aren't getting a huge crazy amount of volume. Like, to me, this just looks like sellers are not selling. That's pretty much all I'm seeing. Like, we had more volume right after the dump than we had when we broke above 20k, which is fine. This was a strong reaction, but that 20k candle barely like had any significant volume right here. I mean, we had more significant volume before we broke 20. So, you know, to me, I'm just not seeing that there's a lot of you know, sellers stepping in the market. That's basically the conclusion that I'm coming to, and if that's the case, then you know, as soon as those sellers do come back in, it could actually become quite overwhelming. I don't know if the bulls will able to sustain it and hold it back. But right now, as I speak, this candle is flipping bullish and bearish. Let's take a look at this. Zoomed in just a little bit more. We are about to sweep that high that we just set earlier on in the stream. That high was at 20.3. We're now, yeah, just pushing up there. So that was, I would say that's a real test of 20k. That's successfully held. This is only a 1% move, to be fair. So this is
but
quite...
We said it before, you know, whatever time frame 20k is going to act as support. It's logical resistance before. SR flip, 20k, finding support. It's a buy.
And the thing is that makes sense to me is that this is just... you know, I mean, we're having so much volatility right now, so, you know, to me it's completely okay to zoom in this close and actually draw conclusions off this data because, you know, overall there's a lot of eyeballs on the space right now compared to, you know, just when we were up here. You know, you know, it was pretty fucking anemic, to be honest, guys. I mean, people were weak. People were weak. They weren't, you know, they didn't have energy. They didn't want to look at what was going on. Now it's very different. So yeah, this is exciting to see just how high it might go as we carry on through this live stream. smash up the likes though,
I'm eating
as
food
we
now, so
are
I'm out of it, but-
as we are continuing on here.
I'm gonna eat this as fast as possible, and then I'll be back with you.
I want questions from you guys before you
Some guys
before
said
we
in the
continue.
chat, dude, should I buy more Bitcoin?
Should I buy more Bitcoin? Well,
So, like, dissect that question.
yeah, well, I mean, look, for me, it's as simple as this. I've been saying this for a while. Historically, if you bought Bitcoin this low, below its all-time high, and let's actually calculate this so I can give you guys the real number.
Mine that for.
To our current price, we're down 71%, and to our absolute low that we set just yesterday, we're down 75%. So, you know, to catch Bitcoin 75% below its all-time high is absolutely phenomenal. You know, one of the reasons I think that we're not actually seeing more buyers stepping in is because there is that genuine, like, you know, or at least it feels genuine concern of, you know, this time might be different. You know, buying Bitcoin might not actually be so smart right now because it looks like the whole economy is really bad. That's the kind of general sentiment that we're seeing across the space. I know Max has a big point to speak about that, which I actually want you guys to hear about. We'll get to that in just a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a big point. I think that there's yeah, I think that all these factors are at play, and it is
I'm getting
chicken and
beer,
rice is
mate.
good.
Yeah, your community wants to know about the beer. Yeah, I'll get everyone a beer.
But yeah, so buying
I'll get
Bitcoin
you
at
guys
these
watching
levels,
a beer as well.
Bitcoin at these levels, absolutely very, very strong buy, in my opinion. I mean, it's hard to fight that. It's hard to fight that. Let's see what else we got here in the chat. I'm going to be taking a few more questions, then heading back to the analysis, and then we're going to open it up to more of a discussion with Max as well. Binance coin.
For you, dude.
Thank you very
Let
much,
me open
mate.
it for you, my gracious man.
There we go with the teeth. That's impressive.
Sure.
Thank you.
All yours.
Cheers.
I am the bottle opener here, son. There we go.
That's his job, the stream bottle opener. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, bro. Let me open mine as well.
Oh
Fucking
shit.
hell.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers to the community. Hit the like
My
button.
man
for Sammy
drinking
Law.
water.
He's loyal to the bitters. Loyal to the BTC. He loves it.
Like, guys, I'm staying on this boat if we fall down to 3K. I'm staying on this boat if we fall down to 6. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
I'll be back with you in a second, Leggies. Eating some beautiful rice, to be honest.
Yeah, let me wrap this up, and then let's get on to more exciting things. Phantom just sitting at the floor right now. Phantom's not even budging, really, is it? So that's actually, it is moving up a little bit. The Dixie, yeah.
Yeah, Dixie's a good one.
Let's look at the dollar index. Just as a reminder, the dollar index is the strength of the dollar against a basket of other currencies, major ones: euro, pound, Japanese yen, and so on. And it just shows you how well it's performing, or how not so well. This actually opens in 1 hour, so we're going to be live in 1 hour to talk about this.
I think it's getting close to a double top here. It's below its previous high. There is a deviation of the high as well. And if it comes down higher low, then fair. We carry on. Don't want to bet against it, but if we do lose the low there, that will just be a sign that people are selling assets out. So you're getting out of cash again back in.
Wizard of Codes is saying, "Bring them big bugs." You want the drama, mate? He's trying to get the smoke. He's trying to get the smoke out here. How's the Celsius thing going? You have something to say about Celsius and the X-Porn star situation.
Listen, like,
let me grab my food.
It's the most fucking crypto thing ever. Let me just finish. Like, I've had enough. Right.
You steal the
We're going
stream for a minute.
Celsius.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate that.
Celsius is the most crypto fucking event ever in history. You know, no due diligence. They employed an ex-porn star to manage a $300 million fund at 24 years old. Even just being 24 is not acceptable, let alone being a fucking porn star.
Thank you, Max.
We were saying she got back tested in the fucking company.
She got back tested,
Right
lads.
to the beginning. It's just the most crypto thing ever. It's like basically cowboy shit. All the real selling point of Celsius with it's about the community. We love the people. Don't worry about your money. We've got your we've got your back. They didn't have any good insurance. They weren't using BitGo. So yeah, it's just like that. It's the most crypto fucking thing ever.
So this really for me is exposing, and you see this all the time. Is there's some element of poor planning, or just generally being idiots, right? I mean, let's just be straight up. I have absolutely no problem saying this, ladies and gents. Today, the team behind Celsius to have employed this person, the ex-porn star, to manage the fund. I mean, this is just the level of stupidity that you have when you're just like really horny and you're a fucking nerd and you think that you're smart, you think you're very successful because your project has blown up, but really what's going on here is just everyone speculating. You're just at the right place in the right time. It's not actually people that are generally making a lot of good decisions, and that's why we tend to see like a lot of these projects just have one main flaw, and that one main flaw is what holds absolutely everything back a lot of the time, right? So that is something which which causes problems, and I think that we're seeing that with a lot of altcoins in the space. I think that we're seeing that with a lot of crypto companies in general.
Let's do this, motherfuckers.
You have the billet.
Yeah, I'm doing the bullet, brother.
I love you guys, man. Sammy and Max together, the dream team. So much joking around. I love it. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. I need to power up. So Max, the stream is yours for a little bit. I'm not gonna move anything, but hopefully you can. Hopefully you can reach around.
Good time to power up, legends. Let me just get this thing going. I'll just chop Bitcoin for a bit.
Yeah, smash up the likes for that cigar, ladies and gents.
Dude, this is the bullet going.
We got 400 likes. Let's pump it up to 1,000. You know where we're going. You guys are so funny and mean. We're just like 4 or 5 British lads sat around in France right now. So anything's on the cards right now.
Eating fucking chicken fried rice, bro.
Eating chicken fried rice. We got the beers.
I'll talk about the whole I don't know, the economy thing. Why are money markets not correlated to the economy?
I want to hear that again. Yep.
This cigar's too nice though for that right now. Because you have to drag it too often. No, I'll just say this, like, everyone's staring at the fucking charts thinking that they're going down, so the economy is linked to this. No. Like, when COVID happened, the stock markets reacted, but the economy only got worse for the next 2 years. More redundancies, more unemployment. Yeah.
So was it the Bitcoin chart you were drawing this out on?
Well, let's start with the SPX, yeah. Okay. So, COVID hits, the SPX crashes.
Sorry, just bear with going to
go for it. And then...
Yeah, because this is really, really important. The way Max drew this last night just cemented everything. So, COVID crash was, where was it?
Right here we go, that big drop there.
Yep.
So, from the bottom of that, basically a rational move of fear, the time period between the bottom and all the way to the top, the economy, in that time period, the economy only got worse. More redundancies, more companies going under, more unemployment, massive airlines going down, couldn't travel, fucking massive, huge problems with oil. Remember the fucking went minus 40? The economy only got worse in that time. Guess what? The stock market went up, okay? Now the economy is getting better. We just had the recession, guys. The depression just happened. COVID was the economy was off. There is nothing worse than the economy being off. That's called a fucking depression, right? The stock market went up in the depression for the economy. Difference is now, the stock market's going down. The economy's getting better. More people at work. Less redundancies. More companies coming back online. More young people getting on the internet. Companies have less costs. More efficiency. The economy's getting better every fucking day. But the stock market's going down. So this idea that the stock market and the economy are linked is a lie. It's not the fucking truth. They're actually inversely correlated. It'd be too fucking beautiful if it's just like, the economy is going great, so the stock market goes up. No. They're inversely correlated from the data. And also, you got to remember, I always say this. I use Venezuela as a good example. If you want to fucking think that the stock market is correlated to the economy, look at the Venezuelan stock market. Because the Venezuelan stock market went to the moon. It went up massively, thousands of %. The Venezuelan economy went to zero. So there's no correlation between the economy and fucking money markets or any type of market which is traded with fearing. There's emotions which are dictating markets as well. So you can have look at that. What the fuck is that shit?
I don't even know.
The good chart is probably this one here, the very first one.
Yep. But this data only goes to 2017. One thing that I asked Max on stream last night was, how come it doesn't really make sense to me. But what Max said was, the stock markets are going to move in anticipation of a potentially strong or weak economy, and so they're always trying to front run each other, and that's a very, very big thing. I don't know how much I want to subscribe to that, because that means they should always be inversely correlated, and I don't think that's the case.
But then you have fear and greed and other dynamics. So
it gets muddy.
It's not always going to be black and white.
Yeah.
But it's a good point. Like, the reason Bitcoin went up so much because of COVID is because people were anticipating, they were front-running the anticipation of inflation. That was all the narrative. That was the narrative, The governments are printing trillions of dollars. And also, the US government printed literally trillions of dollars and gave it to the everyday person. And they were fucking scared, so they were trying to buy assets to get out of it. So that massive run-up was just an anticipation of inflation. Now inflation isn't as bad as it is, even though inflation is happening. CPI's up, oil's up, all these... Every single item in the economy has its own inflation rate. So a toothbrush has a different inflation rate to beef. Oil has a different inflation rate to used cars. Everything has its own inflation rate, okay? So it's not like everything goes up or everything goes down. Generally on a macro, maybe. But the reason that you buy Bitcoin to hedge against inflation is because Bitcoin will rise with everything else eventually. But Bitcoin goes first because you can actually literally do something that day to buy the order book, and then the order book's going to run, and then people get greedy, and then it goes into a bubble. So that's kind of the dynamic you're seeing there. It's not like, you know, the economy is if the economy is bad, the stock market goes down. No, because these dynamics, these fear and greed dynamics, are what dictate price action. Price action is literally, and also I say this, it's not quantifiable. Just look at the chart anyway. The chart is the reality of it. Even 1921, it was the crash. The economy got way worse after the crash because the crash happened, and then the economy got worse, but it only went up from the bottom. The stock market went up when things got worse. It was the worst 2 years after the crash. That was the worst time. And then the Fed stepped in and made everything worse. So like they fucked it all up. So that's that fucking journey. But you know that's the main thing I see people doing. They make that mistake where they think that there's some sort of correlation between the two. No correlation between the economy and the stock market in any way, and Bitcoin as well. These things can fucking trade left fucking upwards, sideways, wherever they want to, because they run on different dynamics, which is human emotion. Like, you know, the shopkeeper in their shop isn't like getting fearful or greedy about the prices. They're just like doing their job every day. You know, that's the real economy.
I saw an article that I think it was like 80% of UAE businesses were ready to raise salaries because of inflation. That's going to start happening everywhere, and we're just going to adjust to a new normal. That's you know, that's if companies can afford it. A lot of companies are, you know, still not doing so well, and you know, like, they might be getting swallowed up by bigger ones. But for the most part, ladies and gents, it's not going to be the doom and gloom that you wish it was. This is just going to be people adapting to it. Salaries get higher, and
it's more efficient, the economy now. COVID made the economy better because no one goes to a fucking office anymore. So everyone's on Zoom. You don't have all that extra shit in the way.
That office craze was the stupidest thing ever. We've like right here we've got me and 3 other young entrepreneurs that haven't really ever had a need for an office, and we've managed to pull a lot. That's now the norm. You know, people are realizing
we
that you
used
don't
to be
need
the weird
these.
ones, and now we're the normal ones.
Yeah,
You know.
that's that we, yeah.
And the fear, I like the thing about this massive fear about the next recession. Even though we went through the biggest recession ever, legends. Like, do you know the amount of companies which went under? The turnover of companies to different owners is just insanity in COVID. It's a huge flip. Like the money, the wealth transfer in COVID was just insane. So we just had a depression. Like, how can the economy get worse now? Like, it's way better right now. Like, the economy is recovering. Like, we just went, we had 0 people going outside. That's worse than 21. COVID was worse than 21 in every way. Everyone was like depressed. People had fucking mental problems. You had, like, you know, was it domestic violence went up, suicide went up, depression went up.
To be fair, that's quite indicative of depression, isn't it?
That's why.
That's like every sign you look for.
Yeah. And also it's redundancy and it's unemployment. And unemployment was basically everyone in the world at one point, except people who had internet businesses like us. And now everyone has an internet business because they don't get wrecked by their government saying, sorry, we're going to turn the economy off tomorrow, like a tap.
You know, for me, the main thing is, look, I just don't like when I can speak to a fucking taxi driver that has, you know, only studied about the economy through a few YouTube videos, and that he's going to tell me the same thing that most of you guys are saying in the comment section right now, and that he's... Just take a look back at that.
So, this, where are we at now?
It's just still
if
the
you just
same
refresh the little widget, it would redo it. That little one there.
Yeah, that's it. It's refreshed.
It's just not even moved. And then go to 5 minute.
Yeah, just see the 5 minute.
It's the common, like, you know, think about if the world worked like this.
So by the way, guys,
everyone thinks the same way.
Just real quick, this 5 minute time frame means right here in the past 5 minutes, 54% of orders that went in were long, 45 were short. Yeah, on Binance specifically. Yeah, sorry.
And I can't remember what I was going to say. Imagine if it worked like this. Like, when everyone thought it was going to go up, it went up. And when everyone thought it was going to go down, it went down. It's not... If everyone thinks something's going to rise, then you have to actually put an order into something, a money market, buy something. If everyone's trying to buy the same thing at the same time, there's going to be millions of people who can't get that price because you have slippage. It's just going to move away. So the market's always going to be inversely correlated to the best. Like, if everyone's thinking the same way, eventually it's going to go the opposite. And then they're going to go from greed to fear, and everyone's going through the cycle. So, like, there's no correlation there. And, like, Bitcoin is just a hedge against, basically, you know, this is like another whole topic, but I would say, like, the general premise of Bitcoin is basically like a plea to, like, a society of free market principles or capitalism. I'd say Bitcoin is like the ultimate free market money, which is like the sound money within a capitalist society. That's what Bitcoin really is. If you really just strip it all back, it's just like you're basically buying something which you're voting for free market money in a capitalist society. That's what it is. And then if you have fiat currency, it's like voting for a socialist controlled economy controlled by one or two men, or like, say Keynesianism.
So that's kind of
what it is.
That's exactly what I was saying for Bitcoin during the bull run. Actually, it was quite unpopular, as I was saying, like, I don't think Bitcoin is going to be like the world reserve currency or anything, but I think that it is going to be like something that applies a lot of pressure. When you vote with your money by buying Bitcoin, you're also saying fuck you to the banks and so on.
Oh mate, it's the biggest fuck you ever.
Absolutely, and that's going to put pressure on them. That's going to put. They're already trying to adopt crypto technology, blockchain technology, and so on.
Well, the government in America tried to ban using gold as money.
Right. Yep.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
Obviously,
that was pretty
gold
bad.
and silver is money. Everything else is credit. Fiat currency is just political paper printed by someone who controls it. It's basically communism. Everyone's like, America is the free world. Nothing free about America, because there's firstly the Federal Reserve control the interest of money. This is another. We're going down this rabbit hole again a million times.
We're getting there, man.
If the fucking government control the interest of money, what's an interest rate? It means how much you're prepared to lend and how much you're prepared to borrow. Okay, what's the fucking middle ground here? So if the APR is 12 and the APY is 6, guess what? There's a fucking company that's 6% is the interest rate. So if you have a government controlling that, that's basically communism. That's complete control, maybe even fascism, because fascism is basically government in bed with companies. Communism is the whole lot, all government owned all companies, and then elitism is the royals own it, and then you have free market dynamics, you have capitalism, creditism, whatever. But the more the government get their fingers in their pie, they're not intentionally trying to fuck you over. It just means that eventually a human being is going to make a mistake. So if you leave the smaller amount of people in control, the smaller amount of decisions you are away from a disaster. Like, why don't you let the free market, decentralized control, human beings indirectly agreeing with each other with millions of people in the economy? Why don't you let that be the dictator of the movement of the next thing? Then you vote with your currency, you vote with your money. And if it's a free market money, you're voting with free market money. It's like a free vote instead of a controlled vote. Because the government can say, no, but if people want Google glasses, we say no, ban glasses. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, people want that. The free market won't always get it right, but it will get it more right in the long run than people trying to make a decision of it being right or wrong. I explain this way better on my channel because I go into it much more in depth, but like, the idea of it is basically, why do you need a government to tell the free already wants? If people want Bitcoin, then why are you trying to regulate it? And if you have a central money in the middle which isn't controlled by government, then it takes the government away. It takes the power away from government, and then you vote. The money becomes the vote.
That's the ideal world, isn't it?
It's the ideal world, right?
Yeah,
and that's basically free market capitalism, and that's what Bitcoin is. So if you're looking at this video and you're like, I'm a socialist, you're not. You're a free market capitalist. That's what you're buying right now. If you're a Bitcoin, if you buy Bitcoin, that's what you believe in.
No one buys Bitcoin and thinks they're a socialist, surely.
Well, there's probably loads of people. People are confused. Most people are free market capitalists by. No. Let me get this right. Most people are free market capitalists by ideology. Okay.
Okay.
But most people are socialists by. Let me get this right, because I know this one.
We're a few beers.
I've had a few beers, so I've got this one.
Oh, we've got a bit of lag, guys. Can you just let me know if the stream's all okay? It is completely fine on my side, so I'm not sure if that's just for you, Lawrence.
That's it. Most people are socialists by ideology, but free market capitalists by what they do. So by their actions, yeah. Yep. So
cool.
Because it sounds really sexy to be a socialist. Let's have freedom. Everyone makes the same. And then by principle, that's it. So by ideology, everyone's a socialist. By principle, everybody's a capitalist.
Okay, let's bring it back to altcoins and analysis. I want to know what questions you guys have for Bitcoin. I don't want to get too much into the philosophy just for now.
Yeah, you're with MDX, bro. We go on rants. Okay?
Yeah.
We go on crazy ass rants on this shit.
I wanna see your questions, guys. I'm not seeing too many questions right here. I am seeing a lot of weird comments though. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what's going on, guys. What do you want me to see? What do you want to see analyzed from myself and Max right here? Okay, thank you all for letting me know that the stream is all good.
Yeah, we're back.
We've taken a look at the. Actually, no, we haven't. We haven't even looked at the dollar index. Let's take a look. We actually did some analysis on it just last night on your channel. Yeah, from what I'm seeing right here on this chart, it's just basically back tested old resistance as potentially new support. That's obviously not going to be great for the Bitcoin bulls. This is the dollar. This was quite a large resistance range for a long time, and if we look at this on the 1 week time frame, we're going to be able to see that this level was quite a problem for the dollar going back to 2016, and we are now just potentially coming back to backtest it and then rally up higher. So obviously, if you like the dollar, if you're happy being in the dollar, this is a great sign. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep these levels or not, but obviously this is quite a strong reaction from falling down to an old resistance level, potentially flipping into support, and I don't want to ignore signs like that. What do you think, Max?
It looks like to me, you got lower highs at the top. Well, zoom out a little bit, go on, because I can't look at the Dixie. It needs to be like maybe 4 hour daily. Let's have a quick look. I spoke about this on my channel, so we've lost the previous high already. We do have a deviation of the high. If we come down, then we get a higher low. Then we could create some sort of ascending formation. I can't really draw it right now, but
if we come down,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
let me draw this correctly. So
if we come down and we hold above the previous low, there we go. And we stop there. Yeah. And we come back up, then we come back down again. Come back up to that. That's now with resistance. So they have an ascending formation. That's a bullish pattern because you have higher lows coming in with a flat top. Okay, and that would be potentially the probabilities we go higher on the Dixie. And then really what you're looking at, if we lose that previous low,
oh shit.
Then what you're seeing people are going to be coming out of the dollar, then repurchasing things like the S&P, equities, commodities, cryptocurrencies, indices.
This is where the speculation starts happening again if the dollar starts dropping.
Yeah. It has to go somewhere. The dollar has to go somewhere else but the dollar. So if cash goes into another thing, whether it's real estate, commodities, equities, cryptocurrencies, or indices. That's the only way it can go. Where else can it go?
Someone's saying look at bcash. Haven't seen bcash for a while. Mate, I'm so fucking old in this space that I call it bcash.
What, Bitcoin Cash?
Yeah.
You know Roger Ver hated that.
Oh yeah, that's why I do it, mate.
He'll be turning in his fucking seat, not his grave, his seat right now.
That's exactly why I call it bcash.
I have mixed reviews on him. He's not really big in the space anymore, but back in the day, he was a great pioneer for the beginning of crypto. But like, he did have a few flaws, obviously. But like,
quite a few, mate.
And what is Bitcoin? Who cares about Bitcoin Cash? It's dead anyway. What's the market cap now? 20 fucking million.
Yeah, it is just falling off a cliff. I don't actually want to look at this chart. Everyone's saying look at Solana. We have actually already looked at Solana. I don't know if you have any thoughts you want to give on Solana though. You're right.
Yeah, these cigars are great though. I'm enjoying myself, dude.
Chainlink. Let's well, yeah, because we've already gone through Solana. I don't want to look at Solana right now. I think the main thing is that if we do lose this area of support at $22, that there is just nothing for Solana. I mean, maybe if you want to be generous, you could say there's an area of support right here at $13, $14. But to be honest, I'm not seeing anything particularly strong here for Solana. It would be another. I mean, what is this drop already from its all-time high to its absolute low is a 90% drop, and down to its potential next area of support, that is another like 82% drop. So nothing good here on the Solana chart. If we lose the $22 level, as long as we're above it, I think we're good. We're getting a lot of altcoin suggestions. So let me know if there's any altcoins that jump out to you, Max. Take a look at this. We got Matic.
I'll say the altcoins I generally like.
Let's see them.
I like Matic for long term. I like Ultra.io, UOS. I think it's a great altcoin.
I don't want to talk about microcaps.
You want to talk about like
just the bigger ones. Yeah.
Well, I'll just tell you what I own. I own a lot of Binance. I got a lot of Matic. I think Ethereum is the only I would say like the decentralized application platform which is going to really win this fight. So I think the ERC20 standard is like as big as like the TCP standard. I think like you have to have an ERC20 because Ethereum is the most secure chain. So if you want to have the most certainty that your company won't die, you have to have Ethereum because it's the most secure. So everything has to be ERC20, and then you'll see like second layer solutions. Like I think Solana isn't a first layer solution; it's a second layer. Solana could be something which you use, which is less secure, which would scale up your already company built on Ethereum. But then there's going to be toolboxes built on top of all of this stuff. So like, like similar to like WordPress, you can have so many plugins into WordPress. I think like Ethereum, the ERC20 will be like the central hub, and you'll be able to plug and play into all these other blockchains for their kind of like benefit for what your company needs. So I think obviously love Ethereum, love Matic, and that's my point is that Matic is good because Matic needs to scale Ethereum. Like we know Ethereum can't stay at the transactional throughput it's got right now. faster would be better.
Here's a cool question. Likelihood that this is a bull trap and we're back down, or sideways and up from here? That's... You need punctuation, Kelly. You need to use punctuation. Let me try and read this
It's
again.
not really a bull trap because like we're not rallying off any like significant support. You know, a bull trap for me would be coming up into like previous resistance and then failing to break and then just going all the way down and flushing down. So this is no bull trap scenario. This is more like a dead cat bounce scenario. This is like we're bouncing off fuck all and then we're trying to like find some sort of support. So bull trap. Okay, whatever. Okay, you can look at different time frames, but right now we're looking at some sort of dead cat bounce and just continuation. That'd be the more like probable thing I'd see right there.
Good, bro. Thank you.
Everyone's getting the cigars, baby.
That's fair, bro.
You take a lighter.
I need to do. Alright.
Yeah, I think that this could actually be something that tempts a lot of people to jump into long positions. I want to see what happens at the end of this, you know. I mean, if people start getting quite optimistic and so on. We don't have long until the Fear and Greed Index updates. We got about 4 hours, so obviously I don't think I'm going to be on stream in 4 hours, but I am going to look at it and I'm still going to be awake.
No, we're going to be here for 16 hours.
I'm going to stay here for as long as we can, mate.
We're going to pass out on stream.
Well, guys,
I've done that many times on my stream, by the way. I've sat there for like 4 hours, passed out, just been asleep for like 10 hours, legends.
a lot of people are concerned about me eating next to smoke. I do
you
appreciate
guys care
your
about
concern.
you, bro.
I do appreciate you guys'
We're all on
concern.
holiday. Everyone's got cigars. We're chilling
Yeah,
out.
we're good. I was smoking cigars the other day, so you know, I mean, I'm good. I'm easy with it.
Sammy Lowe would never.
It's a bear market. Sit down. Like, I think the best thing to do in this bear market, because I think we're going to do 3 to 6 months sideways. I think the best thing to do is create some sort of cash flow, and just accumulate in DCA and buy crypto at lower prices for that long to medium term swing. And I think that's the best strategy, because trading it every day. I traded every single day for 9 months. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, every fucking day for 9 months. And bear market trading is not where I'm going to be the best. So I'm just going to do what I think is the best option. And just accumulate. Just DCA now.
Someone's asked, what if we end up forming a triple top right here?
Well,
that would, I don't think that's going to happen. I think if we get there, we're just piercing through all of these levels. Although, to be fair, I said that last time. So.
Well, just look at the long to short ratio.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to look at the market.
If everyone goes short, and we just go for a short squeeze, we might be able to get there.
Fuck me, that's loud.
But like the dealers are shorting on CME, and then we've got everyone's long on Binance. The market's going to make the fools out the most, so that's why I think we're either going a lot lower to get everyone really scared, or we're going flat into some sort of range like so the very first bull market we had, $1,200 back to 200 sideways for a year. And we did a similar thing in just after the COVID, when we V-bottomed out of COVID, we went flat for 3 months. So I think that's that's it there.
That's the flat.
That's the flat part. It's either that scenario or it's the previous bull market where we had the year consolidation down there.
But right now we've got.
But if everyone goes short, if everyone starts shorting this market and the dealers go long, then I'll change my mind. But right now I'm not fucking changing my mind.
Yep. Yeah, we've got all the volatility. We've got all the traders going fucking crazy. And if you're in the space right now, but guys, if you're in the space right now and you're enjoying all this volatility, the only place to be trading it is Bybit. This is the place that I've been using for years. Been working with them for years. You guys know the deal. Check. It's not a tandoori chicken, mate. This is just chicken and rice. Asking the relevant questions, lads. Bybit, check it out with the link in the description. You're going to be getting $600 for free by signing up using my link. So check it out. Bam, right down there. If you want to be able to see how I'm trading, you guys already know the deal. Steps on screen, discount available. I'm not going to bore you with the details right now because we got Max on stream. I don't want to talk about it too much, but right here, check it out. And like I said,
best exchange though. So
yeah, 100%. This is the same exchange that Max uses, by the way.
I traded on this. So basically Bybit, I used to trade on BitMEX.
Same.
And the day this came out, I said fuck BitMEX, overload problems, really bad matching engine. I moved to Bybit, and they only had Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and EOS. I've been fucking trading on that shit for basically 4 years. 2019, shit, is it nearly 4 years? 3 years maybe now?
3, yeah.
Shit, man.
They've done a phenomenal job. I haven't had issues with them in terms of stability. They've got endless coins. It's actually pretty crazy. Oh, they have an overview button now. That's useful. They do need.
They got into the alt space now, didn't they?
Yeah, they've blown up in the alt space. They've got all these coins available as derivatives. As derivatives, that's very, very cool. That means you can leverage it up if you feel very sure about what might happen.
Sammy didn't drink it.
Go for it, mate. That's because if you're, I'm sorry, that's useful because if you're trading these coins and you're very, very sure about what might happen, you can leverage that up. So obviously that's super dangerous, but it also comes with potentially much, much, much higher rewards. You even got
It's
crypto.com
not
here.
like
Kronos.
everyone's like leverage is dangerous. Well, if people weren't allowed to have leverage, they'd cry, and if people do get leverage, they'll cry.
Mate,
So
leverage is
the part of
dangerous.
the game.
Leverage is dangerous
Bond
as
market's
much
1000x.
as
Bond
much as
market,
lighters,
1000x.
as much as a fucking car, as much
500x
as
on this plus 500. So like, leverage is just a part of the game. Just don't use leverage. Like you wouldn't get in a fucking plane without being a pilot and try and fly it from fucking Dubai to England. No, you wouldn't do that. So don't use leverage if you don't know what you're doing. Same fucking concept.
So there you go, guys. If you do want to check it out, links down below. You're going to be getting that $600 for free as well. So check it
And also,
out.
can you hit the like button for Sammy Loyal? Look
Smash
at this
it up.
legend.
Smash it up, ladies
Please,
and gents.
sir.
Yeah, we got 900 viewers in here. We're actually doing pretty well. You guys are pretty engaged today. Do appreciate that. A lot of people are enjoying this just banter that we're going through. Someone's mentioned that
They're
Celsius
enjoying the
is going
cigars,
up.
bro.
Should give some to the viewers, man.
Have a drag, legends.
I don't think that's physically possible, bro.
What does that look like?
We're gonna find out in like 2 minutes.
Your latency is fucking slow.
It's bad.
I have
man.
mine on high latency.
It's bad. I don't know what you're saying about Celsius, mate. Nothing's really happening on Celsius right now.
Wow, your latency is so low. It's like
That's actually, to be fair, that's 50% in a day. No, that's huge. This is just.
it's like fucking.
Did it show up well?
3 hours later.
So this is Celsius against the dollar. Why is it going up right now? Is this just like people being like really desperate to trade or something?
Well, look at that on the down. It means nothing.
I just don't understand how it's up 50% in a day, but it looks this
It's because
insignificant.
it's zero. It's at 60 cents. Wait, what did it go to in its all-time high? It's like Luna. Luna had a fucking huge one as well.
Let's see what its all-time high was.
Max, we got the pyramid.
It topped out at $7.60, so it has collapsed by much more than 90%.
It's
Its all-time high market cap was 1.9
I did it
bill,
quite low.
roughly.
Yeah, I bet you have to.
Yeah. I always try and go lower than higher because otherwise you can wreck it.
Sammy, where's the Celsius liquidation price? I don't know,
Yeah,
but let's
that's
Google
good,
it.
bro. This is the fucking dog
Celsius network liquidation. I think I heard like $14,000.
Oh, I almost cut my toe. I think I did.
Is there a Thing is, the liquidation price keeps moving because I think they were adding. I think they were adding more to the position.
Yeah, I told you that was pretty strong.
Mate, don't inhale it, dude.
No, but even the taste on that.
What you did is it went up your
All
nose.
coins going up.
Why
You should do this kind of stream often, mate. Max and I are game for it. We did one yesterday on his channel.
I don't want to suck
What I want to do is be able to stream both of these to both channels, like so we can just do one live stream and it goes to both channels at the same time. I think that would be really, really cool.
That's VIP room, boys.
That is a strong one, bro. It's really strong, actually. That's
what
going to
I
burn
said.
for a long
See,
time.
as soon as
Yeah, I don't actually know the liquidation price for Celsius though.
That is strong.
Max, do you know the liquidation for Celsius?
14.
Is it still 14?
Well, they might have added to their collateral.
It was pretty stable, yeah. Actually, we're getting a lot of errors, mate.
Maybe it's because it's Sunday night. What's that music coming from?
All right, we're back. We're back. We're back, ladies and gents.
brother.
Sorry about that. Yeah,
Nice
it
and more fucking beer.
might just intermittently drop out.
Legends!
But I'm doing my best to handle this. Yeah, we're back. We're back.
We need some more weapon gas.
Also, I'm gonna buy one of these. They're fucking sick.
Yeah, they're actually decent.
Are we sound driven? Yeah, but we're gonna have to get multiple.
But yeah, you know, if you were in a 2x leverage long position here, you'd be absolutely destroyed. Let alone anything above 2x. You know, 3x was a write-off basically. At 20,500. You know, so I mean, and that's liquidation. You know, like if you had a stop loss, you'd be out way before. So this market is really washing out a lot of people. Is my point. I mean, this is quite a heinous, shaky, dangerous market right here that we're dealing with. Let's see what other questions we got here in the live chat. We're about an hour and 20 in. I think what I'm going to do is if there aren't many questions left, I'm going to let Max go on some cool tangents because when he starts talking about something he's passionate about, it can get pretty entertaining for you guys. So we get the vodka? I want to see Max with some vodka.
Max said as soon as he gets the vodka, he's not
Shit.
Sleep, so.
Where is it? Where is it?
In the,
Vodka's in the fridge, mate.
Absolute. And then we got orange juice as mixer.
Does Aave... Please don't ask me about all these coins, mate. I'm not actually sure about if Aave has a liquidation or anything. Stream got liquidated.
Everybody's getting licked.
Sammy, some dude in your stream commented, I put $75,000 my life savings into Luna. Do you think it's gonna go back up? I was like, poor dude.
Mate, I hope you're joking that comment about $70,000 in Luna, but
Guys,
you know, you can't be putting your life savings into anything. There's absolutely...
70,000 is nothing compared to what other people lost.
Well, yeah, but it's still a lot for some people.
Binance lost 1.5 billion. My friend lost 1.5 million.
That's man's savings though.
But even then, you can't you can't be putting all your money in one coin.
Yeah,
that's not cool. That's just a recipe for disaster. So please don't make irresponsible decisions like that.
No, we already had that.
It's gonna be a drunk stream. Well, it's not gonna be a drunk stream for me because I don't like drinking. But Max is gonna get licked. There we go. Thanks for just age gating the live stream, mate.
Bitcoin is not the only thing getting liquidated tonight, legends.
Actually, to be fair, I don't think that's not gonna age gate the live stream, is it?
You'll be good, man.
Yeah, cool,
You'll be
cool.
fine.
Bro,
Maybe.
Some of the stuff man, that ain't the age
You're not actually allowed to go on my streams without being 18. That's why most of you motherfuckers don't even know me. You can't even go on my stream.
Mate, my viewers are not under 18.
How many viewers? What's your demographic in age?
I'm not gonna say on a live stream.
Okay,
we're gonna go away from
put your
that.
age in the chat right now and be truthful, legends. Come on.
Any girls with us? Yes, we have Kasim.
Some dude asked Bruce Cass.
See the chat what they say.
Moderator
Where are
Dan.
the tunes coming from, man?
I'm on it. Bro,
That's probably not the biller actually.
We got 40. We got 15.
any connects?
15.
We got 15-year-olds.
Yo, shout out to the young people here. We got 18. We got
What
12.
did I say?
17. Shit.
None of you know me.
This microphone is gonna clip to shit if you get close to it, so stay far. It's gonna
Have you
hurt.
not got a limiter on it?
No, and it's gonna hurt headphone users.
Good.
I'm like, none of you can hear me.
We have a lot of young people. What the fuck?
A lot of
I
youngins
told
in
you,
chat.
Sammy.
No, but my actual demographics are not this young. This is just like the
I
young
reckon they're
people.
just trolling us, bro.
Yeah, they probably are. They probably are.
Stop trolling, legends.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the people that say 12 or something, they're lying. But like 17 is believable. 17 is super. I get a lot of DMs from like young people. Do I long now, or
Say in the
did I
chat,
miss
how
out?
long have you been following Sammy Law for? How many years have you been following Sammy Law's channel? Because guess what, guys? There's no one else in crypto I even fucking talk to. Sammy Law's the only guy because he's actually real deal content.
Same.
Real deal shit. No BS. No fucking bias. Just real deal fucking TA. And that's what we need more of.
We got 1 year. Infinite Wisdom's been here for a year. It's been an interesting year. 2.5 years for Kelly. Oh, by the way, Kelly, yeah, you have that offer. Just shoot it to me on Instagram, Twitter, or whatever, and I'll take a look at it. Be happy to do the podcast with you. Yeah, you guys been here for a while.
Boys, this is
You got, to be fair, I wasn't uploading super consistently the last few months, so we haven't really grown much.
I've been here for
It's bear market.
Since
Bear market troubles, you know?
2018.
Bear market troubles.
Yeah,
It's like they say first world problems.
Few of you
bear
guys
market
have
troubles.
been here since my childhood. That's funny.
I've been here since 13, bro.
Yeah, so I mean that counts as childhood for me.
Did you start your channel just on crypto content, or was it?
No.
shit?
I started this channel like 10 years ago, 12 years
okay.
ago.
That was good times, man.
Yeah, mate.
Gaming. Me and Sam used to
You used
do
to do gaming
We used to
shit?
do gaming shit
What
back
games
in
did you play?
You started following me today on Twitter and YouTube. Nice one. Welcome, mate. Welcome.
Thank me, bro.
I
I'm
want
posting your shit.
to thank you. I want to open this up to you. I just want you
Yeah,
to go
go
on a rant, man. Like, tell me something you're passionate about with this market. What's a misconception that people have that trading related that they need to know about?
Misconception in trading is that it's good. Like, fuck you, girl.
Okay, apart from that,
biggest
something a little bit more specific.
Yeah, okay. One of the biggest misconceptions. Let me think. I think one of the biggest misconceptions is thinking that trying to trade lower time frames is sustainable without being automated. I think a lot of people think that they can do it forever. And if you really are addicted and you really are enjoying it, then maybe. But like, the thing about it is like the longer you if you flip a coin enough, you can get heads a lot of times. You're gonna get tails at some point. It's the same as your body. It's the same as your mindset, your fucking psychology. So the problem is about misconception is that you think you can trade lower time frames forever, but it's very, very difficult because like you have to be very controlled, very disciplined, and also be very, very always keep to a very strict routine of like sleep, market dynamics, risk management. So I think a lot of guys trade a lot of lower time frames, but I think actually what most will make the most money in is the swing and the long-term stuff. That's what I've found in my time.
Well, it's generally because if you're... so what I've found is that if you're one of the people that wants to aggressively day trade, and I mean like, you know, ridiculously high leverage,
both done it, right?
or of course, yeah, 100%, ridiculously high leverage, or perhaps you know, very regular trading, you know, in and out multiple times a day, so on, like that. You know, you're generally going to be doing that from a position of weakness, from a position of desperation, and that is going to initially, like before you even start, you're going to be having big disadvantages in the market. You know, you're going to be one of the people that are subject to, you know, go on tilt. If you don't know what going on tilt means that's basically where you get frustrated with what's going on. We're just breaking our high, by the way. Let's take a look at this on the 5-minute. You know, you get frustrated, you go on tilt, you start trading with too much money, you try and revenge trade. You're just more likely to be that person. Like, you just have to look yourself dead in the eye in the mirror and just fucking reason with yourself. Like, you're more likely to be that kind of person if that's the trading style you're choosing. And that, you know, like, what that means is, you know, it only takes one series of mistakes or one mistake to undo a lot of progress. And if you're somebody that's perhaps a little bit more impulsive, that wants to trade quite regularly, you're going to be more subject to make those mistakes.
Just in and out.
There we go.
It's a real strong one, that one.
I'm just doing a turbo smoke thing.
This one's like perfect. This one's lighter, actually. It's a lighter one.
First YouTuber I ever followed. Thank you
It's a
so
nice one,
much.
it's a nice one.
Thank you.
It's in
Thank
the
you.
middle.
Wow, you guys are doing work on the like button today. Thank you all for that. Make
Look
sure
at
you
Bitcoin
subscribe
go.
to... There we go. Shit, that's 20.4.
Guys, like we said at the beginning of the stream, I said, look, break 20, retest a 20, it's a buy. It's an SR, you just buy 20. Like, fuck it. 20 is literally the number from 2017. If you buy that on a scalp, that's a good trade. Because you're doing an SR, you're waiting for resistance, you're waiting back for it to come and retest, and then you're moving higher.
This
So,
is
like,
its first area of resistance. Right here.
yeah.
This is it, because there was a lot of support here over the last days before the dump happened.
It's the bottom, guys! Everybody long! Please don't long short.
Don't
What you usually see is, no, what you usually see actually...
Don't listen to the financial advice. There's no financial advice
yeah,
here.
there's no financial advice. What you usually see, though, is like when the market does start going up a little bit, you see people getting out of their longs because they're like, I feel like I'm getting out alive. You know, they start escaping their longs. And then you see people saying, I got so wrecked on the way down, let's start shorting. Oh, wow.
That's fucking
wow,
huge.
Wow.
People are getting
24 hour?
excited. That's 5 minutes.
Wish that if that was 24, I'd be so much happier.
Imagine.
So yeah, we're getting a little. It's
This
better than
isn't
yesterday.
moving. How often does this actually update?
This updates every second.
Because this hasn't moved like even by 0.1%.
Every single second. If you just keep, it'll just change.
Really?
I think it's either every second or every hour, but I'm pretty sure.
That's quite a big difference, mate.
Look at the prices they're doing every second.
Yeah.
So like that's and there's not actually many places you have that where it just updates every second.
It could be that Binance just doesn't give you that data as frequently as you might
Ask my
want.
CTO Chris, he'll know. He's probably in the chat somewhere.
Is CTO Chris in the chat? And did you hear that?
If you're there, broski.
Are we doing this?
I wanna take.
Oh yeah.
Someone's asking Max, do you think this is a dead cat bounce out of boredom? You've already answered this actually. For the other facts that market. Oh, so this person is saying, do you think this is a dead cat bounce because, which is only happening because the rest of the markets are closed since it's a weekend?
Interesting. I would say that what you're saying basically you can't trade anything else. You can only trade the 24-hour market. So like people are getting excited and they're getting in there. I definitely think that Bitcoin is really, really unique in the fact that you can trade it on the weekends, which does create crazy volatility on the weekends because actually most professional traders go away like they used to do. And you see a lot of bot action. So I think probably on the weekend it's probably 60 to 75% bots on Bitcoin. At BitMEX's prime it was 50-50. So they probably had 25,000 traders a day. Bybit's now probably 50, 60,000 traders a day. So there's half of it's bots. So the thing about bots is they're quite fun actually because like they are just set to parameters without any human interaction. So these kind of crazy little moves can happen a lot more regularly on a weekend for sure.
We got the CME gap.
Let's have a look.
That's about to close up. So, someone mentioned the CME gap the other day. I think I can't remember where, but the CME market actually closed at 20.6, and it reopens very soon. Yeah, it reopens in an hour and a half. So that gap has now completely been closed
Look
off.
at the gap.
Well, the market hasn't opened yet.
Flushed back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do BTC one. Yeah, perfect.
So
Go on the daily.
just real quick before we get there, the gap would have been if we stayed where we were. The market would have been trading over here. We would have printed quite a large gap.
Sorry,
Fuck me, I inhaled that, mate. That's not nice, mate. When that just goes straight down your throat.
Try to have a conversation with the
Do you mind if I have one?
And so what we had was a gap here at the 18, 19k, well, potentially a gap if the market were to open here. But Bitcoin's actually moved right back up, so that gap's now been closed. And, well, you know, this market, if we manage to hold this level for the next little bit, for the next 90 minutes, CME is actually going to open pretty much right where it left off. And that's... And there's one CME gap at 9,000, yeah. So that's your... That's your hopium if you're excited for a very, very low Bitcoin price.
Well, the only thing I see in the bottom right now, go on the BTC1 chart,
yeah,
and just do a daily.
Yep.
Like, it's still dire. Like, the only real place I'm looking at for this being more confirmed to be the bottom would be over 28,000.
Yeah, I mean, if we manage to get above 28k, that's, you know, that's piercing a very strong resistance level.
But if we see everyone...
Okay, we're analysis on 𝗪𝗕𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗡𝗧𝗧.
Alright, we're back. We're finally back. Fucking hell, that took a while. I'm going to keep having these connection issues, so I'm actually just going to wrap this up. I think I've said what I can for this stream. You guys know the deal. If you want to get some free cash, check Bybit out with the link in the description. You're going to be getting $600 for free straight into your account. If you want to be able to watch me trading, all that good stuff, then follow these links on screen. This actually went really quickly, this live stream. This was 90 minutes.
Was it, an hour and a half?
Yeah, a little bit more. And I think it went by quite quick. So,
see you guys later. It was a really enjoyable experience. It was great to meet the community here.
Yeah.
And Sammy, you're a fucking G. You're one of the biggest Gs in crypto, so I love you too, mate.
Thank you, man. Love you too.
Yeah, and do your thing, bro.
Max is going to try and convince me to go out tonight, and I'm going to tell him that I have to read trading books, and we're going to see how that goes. We're going to see who wins.
That sounds so fucking boring, bro.
That's exactly why I'm going to do it, mate. That's what we're all about. Getting a Ferrari at 20, you don't do that when you're living an exciting life.
And we're going to do more streams, me and Sammy, and we'll probably do more serious ones as the time goes on, like
100%.
actually set up some real trading and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
They're going to get better, so fucking...
So tomorrow we're going to try and do another one. I'm going to see if I can like actually stream to both channels so that, you know, we can both do this live together.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this one, you know what to do. Hit up the likes, subscribe, tick the bell, do all that good stuff. Subscribe to Max. His name is in the title and in the description, so you can't miss him.
MDX Crypto.
If you like my analysis, you're going to like Max's analysis. So check him out, and he has a better British accent as well.
Oh, dude, big one, big one.
There we go.
I disagree with that.
Thank you. I appreciate that, but I disagree too.
Right, let's go have sex.
All right, let's... This has been a great stream. You guys... So Steve wants us to go out tonight. Thank you all so much. It's been a great stream. You guys are all showing a lot of support. Do appreciate that a lot. One final question. Obviously, there was a lot of talking in the background. There still is a lot of talking in the background. Let me know, can you hear that? Or am I still, like, the main voice you can hear on this stream? Because if it's too difficult for you guys to understand me, then I'll just tell everybody to leave next time. But if you can understand me, then I know that I could do this again in the future. So please just let me know in the comments, and then I will be heading off.
11.4%.
See, a lot of you guys have been subscribing during this live stream as well. You guys were liking this one. I'll do more of this. You want to see more of Max? You want to see more of me? We'll do more of that.
No, I bought a few, but like, I think it's probably 50-50. So I think I had 10,000 before.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Well, I'll do it like this again then. Thank you all very, very much. See you all